Hey, what's up? I'm the guy who recorded about 20 minutes of Madden footage to so I wouldn't use copyrighted footage or NFL stuff. And also, even though I don't think the Madden's realistic. Anyways, today, if you've read the title, we're going to be seeing who should start for the Bears, Nick Foles or Mitch Trubisky. Now, this is mostly stats based, so I'm basing this off stats because I know people I don't know who really cares about this, but Bears fans might care about this, and we can't be unfair to Bears fans. Their team has already done that to them. So, first we're just gonna look at regular season stats because it's the regular season, might as well show it. So, Mitchell Trubisky has only had 3 years, and Nick Foles had 8. So, it's obvious that we have a bit of a difference, but they do have a similarity in what they did. So, his rookie season, they were 23 when they both started, and they did not do that great. They played like a person who was thrown in when he wasn't ready, except the difference was Nick Foles is a 3rd round pick and Mitch was the 2nd overall pick. Next season, they did really well. Nick Foles technically did better, don't understand it. He even played more, like he played less games and technically played better. Also, think he had the better team, or Mitch Trubisky had the better team. Nick Foles had a bit of a worse team. I actually can't know that because I didn't watch football in 2013. Then they fell off their 3rd season, but they still won games. Like Mitch Trubisky barely hit above 500, but Nick Foles was a lot above 500. Yeah, he played about more, like a little bit less than, well, he played like half the games Mitch Trubisky played, but Mitch Trubisky didn't really start playing that well until in my opinion, till the near end of the season. So we'll look at this season. So this season, Nick Foles did not do a good job. Not at all. So he did not win a game, while Mitch Trubisky went above 500. Yeah, but again, I'm gonna make the point that the Bears were better than the Jaguars in my opinion. They both have amazing defenses. Well, the Jaguars lost their best cornerback, but they both have amazing defenses, and so, but the Bears have a bit of a better offense, or more offensive weapons. Nick Foles also got injured in like the first week. Now, if you think about it, they had technically about the same interception or touchdown interception ratio, because Nick Foles had 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. If Mitch Trubisky had 2 less touchdowns, it would have been the same touchdown interception ratio. Also, I've noticed that Mitch Trubisky is like yards a game isn't that big of a stat. We shouldn't care about that really, but I feel like I think I know if Nick Foles had played full seasons, then he would have hit above what Mitch Trubisky, because Nick Foles has never played a full season, so that's also something against him. But he probably would have played a full season if the Eagles had made the right decision in 2018. I'm just kidding. They should have went with Carson Wentz, but I think Nick Foles meshed better with the Eagles' offense. Also, sacks. Mitch Trubisky took the most sacks of his career, in 2019 this year, while this year Nick Foles Nick Foles never taken that many sacks, even when he was playing with the St. Louis Rams, which the most sacks he took was in whenever he played the most games. Actually, no, he played more games for for St. Louis. But so it's obvious Nick Foles is a bit better in his pocket presence. So I don't know if it's obvious, but you know, it's there. So in my opinion, this is just an opinion, Mitch Trubisky is the better athlete, but I feel like Nick Foles is the better leader. If you agree, if you don't agree, just put it down in the comments, because that's opinion, that's not stat based. Anyways, their stats are pretty similar, so it's like if you do it like per game, then they're pretty similar, because we really can't do it all yearly stats because Nick Foles never played a full year. Okay, next we have to check out playoffs. So put down in comments, who would you rather have in the playoffs? Nick Foles, the guy who won a Super Bowl, the guy who was probably the biggest underdog in their Super Bowl winning year in 2017, or Mitch Trubisky, who hasn't won a playoff game? Just put down in the comments. I'm just saying I know who I'd take in the playoffs, and you could probably tell by what I said. But I'm just saying. So I don't know, this is kind of a fun fact. The only losses Nick Foles has taken in the playoffs are to New Orleans and Drew Brees, so that's kind of cool. Not really, he lost, but... And the only loss that Mitch Trubisky has taken in the playoffs is to Nick Foles himself. And also, neither of them played well in that game. Nick Foles threw 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and Mitch Trubisky only threw 1 touchdown. He threw no interceptions, which is better, but he still lost the game, so it doesn't matter. Still surprising. I feel like if New Orleans played New Orleans almost gave up that game, there's a chance the Eagles could have done it again, or won the Super Bowl again. But look at this 2017 season from Nick Foles. It's pretty nice. Granted, 2017, that was Mitch Trubisky's first season, and the Bears kind of were bad, but so they wouldn't have been able to get through that. So Nick Foles almost lost to the Falcons, but thankfully Julio Jones kind of choked. But then he kind of just went off. He went off versus the Vikings, 38-7. People thought the Vikings would win, because everyone underestimated the Eagles. I underestimated the Eagles. He played amazing. 3 touchdowns, 352 yards. It's a 78 completion rating. That's awesome. And then in the Super Bowl, he threw 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception versus one of the greatest defenses of the decade, led by Bill Belichick's the New England Patriots. They are one of the best defenses ever. Yeah, Mitch Trubisky hasn't won a playoff game. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, I would rather have Nick Foles, because he has won a Super Bowl. He was the Super Bowl MVP, so it's not like he got carried by the defense in that Super Bowl, which if the Bears make it to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be because of their defense. And also, this is 2019 PFF grades, and technically Nick Foles had a better PFF grade than Mitch Trubisky, even though they didn't play a full season. I just take that as you want it. Just take it as you want it. So who do I think will get the job? This is the opinion part. Looking at the stats, looking at especially the playoff stats, who would I want? I'd actually rather have Nick Foles, because you noticed whenever like Carson Wentz, like maybe it was Carson Wentz getting back from his injury, but the team did play better with Nick Foles. Because Carson Wentz was playing like an MVP, but then Nick Foles came in, everyone thought it was done for. Then he led the team through the playoffs, even though he didn't play well in the regular season. Maybe something he got used to playing again, because he hasn't played in a while for a consistent amount of time. So I don't know. I also think Nick Foles would lead the Bears offense, even though they're not good. He would be a good game manager, because both of these guys are game managers. So I'd rather take Nick Foles, because I feel like he could at least manage the game better than Mitch Trubisky could. That's my opinion. If you don't agree, put down in the comments. So I'm just gonna leave y'all off with that. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and yeah, like and subscribe, and bye.